Hey, Garbrack here with another Elder Scrolls Online video. Apologize for not uploading a video in the recent months. Hopefully this video will make up for it. This is a video dissection of the developer play session. Now, right here, you're going to notice right behind the Storm Atronach, you're going to notice a little rune or shard or something by this tree. Now, this could potentially be a resource node, such as something you can pick up for crafting. It might be possible that this is a rare one, because it is being guarded by this quote-unquote world boss. Another thing to note here is this giant pillar of light that you're going to see every once in a while in the background. This pillar of light is a sky shard, and you'll need 3 sky shards to get 1 skill point. Throughout all of Tamriel and every zone, there's going to be numerous sky shards. Your job is to find these sky shards and get as many skill points as possible. Another thing to note here is every once in a while, the sorcerer's going to target the healer. The healer's level 30, his name's Hart. Fortunately, he does die here, but there's a couple things to note. He never had an ultimate on his bar, which could have been the life or death for him. They are level 30. The mob was level 23, so it does show you how difficult the game is, even though you are over-leveled. Another thing here you should notice is this teleportation spell right here. It's new. It's not one that we saw before. Before, it was just a bunch of purple wispy lines that kind of made your character look like he was confused. He was looking around trying to figure out where these lines were coming from. Now it's more Skyrim-ish, where you're connecting this constellations. Definitely a very good improvement. Now, this Dark Anchor encounter is really cool. So, the animations themselves are top-notch. From the summoning ritual where they actually sacrifice the guy to open the portal, from the actual anchor starting where the hooks come down, dig into the ground, and actually have the chains tighten, and you see all the movement of it. It's very well done and very thought out. Now, the way these work, at least from what I can tell, is when you activate them, there's these little prisms around the Dark Anchor. And when you kill an individual from this Dark Anchor, their soul essence, or their soul, will actually get ported, you just saw it there, to these little prisons. And when you get enough of them, you can actually deactivate that section. That's how you defeat the Dark Anchor. Is you have to go through enough waves, fill up these prisons, and then deactivate them. So see, there's one there. You're gonna see one right here after they kill this demon thing. Let's see it go right by the screen right there. So they don't seem to really have a tank or any real solid group makeup. They all seem to be casters. I don't believe there's any melee in this group. So it does go to show the diversity of world PvP. As for like instance PvP, that's a different story. I strongly think that they should definitely focus on having the trinity, the tank, the heals, and the DPS. So there he is, deactivating it after they've gotten enough waves. And as you can see, some of these players, they're not all wearing heavy armor. Some of them are, and they're still casters with heavy armor. They have a Dragonite, which is supposed to be the tank, using the Fire Staff build and in heavy armor. So it definitely does show the versatility of the uniqueness, I should say, of how you can make your character. and the first-person view animations are definitely an improvement from what QuakeCon was. So yeah, like I was saying, there's no real group makeup. It's a little bit chaotic. Everyone's fighting different creatures. There's no strategy involved here. It just seems to be kill whatever's on screen, which is fine and works for these kind of events. But again, hopefully the instance PvP, adventure zone, stuff like that actually has a little bit more strategic point to it, where people actually have to plan their groups and at least think of how they're going to attack these fights. You can see there's another soul going into the prison. As you can see, the fights themselves seem to get a little bit more difficult as they progress. Like, they started off with just some humanoid minions, those small Daedras, and now they're getting into like the elemental type of creatures, and soon you'll see the Daedra quote-unquote boss. So here we got 2 health bars, one at the top and one your target. The one at the top is the Daedra boss's health bar. Again, there's another boss that you have to defeat to finish these anchors. So again, it's not just a simple go in and smack it around and win. It's definitely a fight. Doesn't have to be a strategic fight. As long as you have the numbers, you can easily just go in and push it over. Kind of reminiscent of Guild Wars 2 Zerg Fest. I mean, 4 people really isn't a Zerg, but it just shows that numbers mean more than strategic planning in some situations. And then once you kill the final guy, the last prison activates. And here it goes. It gets sucked right back into Cold Harbor. Again, the animations are just top notch. And the land kind of goes back. Like, it was dark and gloomy before, now kind of everything lightens up. So that's the video. I mean, it's pretty cool. There was a couple things you might not have seen. Hopefully I was able to show you some things that you might not have noticed.